Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 here of the MRC Championship. I'm your host, Amkasa, coming to you from a lovely sunny Montreal here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. So round 2, and that's not the start we wanted to see in a race. Just seeing Necromotorpugs already DC'd. Not DC'd, crashed out by the looks of things. That was in Sector 3, that's probably on the World of Champions. We'll one through a flying lap. We're on board with Mr. Fist, who's going to show us hopefully how to do a flying lap. He's coming up to the final corner now, and we'll run on board with him the whole way around as he's going to start flying lap. Necropug crashing out on the Ultra Softs, interesting enough. As you can quite clearly see, we have, as always, 3 compounds here for a Formula 1 race. As you can see, we've got Hyper Softs, we've also got the Ultra Softs and the Super Soft tyres. As Mr. Fist comes through the final chicane, there's the damage on the wall there. That's obviously where Necromotorpugs put it. So here we go. Mr. Fist, sorry, going to start us off as the first corner. Go along that home straight. It isn't actually straight, which can be off-putting. Coming around turn to the long right-hander. Get that power down. Use all the track. And then this quite tricky turn 3 or 4 is a bit downhill. That could catch you out, especially the inside there. If you get too much of that grass, it could cost you. Shifting through turn 5, that right-hander. Then into turn 6 and into 7, holding that back end, fighting it through there, into the DRS straight, 3 of these on this track, and then coming down towards turn 8 and 9. This wall here can catch you out if you're not paying attention. Go across the detection point there. That's really far away from the corner. I never realised it's that far back for turn 10, but it is, and that's going to be the crucial detection point, because this is the big, it's almost the back straight, but it's not the back straight, because there's only 2 corners before you go into the home straight. Get that DRS wide open, and you come up to the final chicane, and the Wall of Champions on the right, claimed many victors over the time. I'll call it the Wall of Chumps because I always get caught by it. Then through the DRS straight once again, keeping it right for the optimal line, and does a 1:10.9. While we're on board with him, Rowe put in a considerably faster time of a 1:9, pretty much a 1:9.1, let's call it, for argument's sake. So he's pretty much a whole second faster than Luke, who just put in a time there of 10 dead. And yeah, we also had a couple of other people crashing out. Lucas and Gal also crashing out very early on. Lucas putting a lap on those Hypersofts before going, and Cal unable to even put a lap in. Let's have a look, see who's on a flyer. Let's go. Hobbs not on a flyer. Valen has done 1 lap, had it invalidated, but he's going again. We had a contentious race last time out. For those who weren't with us or who are not part of the Discord of this area, we actually had 2 people thrown out of the league for cheating, believe it or not. They seem to feel the need to cheat in a fun league. I'm not going to question it. They obviously don't understand how to play a computer game properly, so they feel the need to cheat. He actually won the race, his teammate didn't. His teammate crashed out. That must be really bad for him to cheat and then crash out. It's just, yeah. So therefore the winner at the end of the day was Overspeed. He's currently in the Red Bull. Leclerc's P2, Hobb P3, Fist P4, Hat Maxton, and then Crucifix are the other 2 finishers. We only had 7 finishers, obviously 1 was disqualified, so didn't really count. Valiant has actually put in 2 laps now on these tyres, and both of them have been invalidated, so that is not going well for him. He's obviously attacking this track a little more than he would hope to, and it's costing him a bit of time here and there. As he's just looking a bit unnerving going through some of these cars. Just a reminder, this is a Tier 2 league, so we're not expecting these people to be perfect, bang on every single time. They're just pretty much here for a little bit of fun and to test their skills against some half decent drivers. We've got Overspeed was really good last time out. You've got people like Luke, or I can never pronounce his full name, so I'm going to call him Luke, the Ferrari driver currently in P3. He looks good. He can be good when he finishes. And Necromotorpug also can be a good driver. Again, he's got to actually finish qualifying. So let's stay with Vane and see if he actually puts in the time. He's going to run out of ERS, unfortunately, just before the last corner, but still is going to get a little bit of kick coming off that corner. Is he going to set a time? No, again, invalidated. Valen is just pushing the track to the limits and unfortunately going over those limits and invalidating time after time. He needs to get in the pits now because he doesn't want to start on those tyres. We only have 16 drivers, of which 3 have DNF'd, so it's going to be quite hard to keep outside the top 10. Let's have a look further up. Raid is out on the Ultra Softs. His previous best was on the Hyper Softs with a 111.1, so there's definite room for improvement there. He might have backed off on those Hyper Softs to have a little run on the Ultras. Current weather forecast is dry, as you can tell. I'm not sure personally what the weather forecast is for the race. Hopefully we can find that out shortly and get that confirmed for you. So Raid is now coming up to the chicane 3 and 4. 4 chicanes on this track unusually. Pretty much it's like most F1 tracks, it's a section of straights connected by corners. However, this one's slightly different. It is actually, you can probably call 1 and 2 a bit of a chicane as well. There are so many chicanes along this track. Obviously you've got turns 3 and 4, 6 and 7, 8 and 9. This is 8 and 9 here, and then the final chicane obviously. But then if you look at turn 1 and 2, that can almost be considered a bit of a chicane, but sort of an elongated chicane, if you will. WGI has backed out of that lap. Let's have a look. Is Rowe on a flying lap? Rowe has just jumped into the pits and I can't see him. That's interesting. Leclerc is in the pits. Luke's on an out lap. Raid is doing not a lot. Where's Beefs? He is putting that foot down. He's got a beef with this track. He's looking to settle it here today. As he's coming around the hairpin at the bottom of the track. Oh, massive overs there coming off that, but he's held it nicely. Hopefully that's not lost too much time. He's going to get down this back straight. You don't want to lose too much time before you get down here because it is such a long straight. You've got to reach the highest speed of the track down here. 210 miles an hour. Throw it into that final chicane. Might have just taken a little too much on the inside. We'll see. Unfortunately, annoyingly, there's a car going very slow. Fortunately, he went through it. That could have been big if he didn't. And he's put in a 109.3. So a decent time there. Up into P2 for him. Still a bit to close in on Rowe, about two tenths of a second there. It looks like he's going again, even though he's got red fuel, so maybe he's just trying to get back to the pits as soon as possible. Just 8.5 minutes left of the session, so he's got plenty of time. He's in no rush whatsoever. Let's see, overspeed. Is he overspeeding? He isn't. Well, he is there. He's gone very deep into that corner. Whether or not this did look like a flying lap, but after that, I'm not so sure. Let's see where Hobbies, he's just started a flying lap. Let's go back to overspeed then, see if what he's doing. I don't think this is going to be... It might be good actually. Throw into that last chicane, keep it out the wall. Just keep it out the wall. Open the DRS there on the home straight. That's interesting call. Invalidated anyway, so not too much of an issue there for overspeed. Hobbies now coming up to turns 8 and 9. Other than the final chicane, this is probably one of the hardest chicanes because you just want to get that power down so keenly, and turn 9 just doesn't want to let you. Throw it through that last one, clip the apex nice and late, beautifully done there from Hob. Get that power down, just a little bit of oversteer coming off it. That's always going to happen because you're so keen to get that power down, coming off that hairpin. Just going to spin out the rears, hopefully you don't lose too much speed, and then you're going to throw it into this chicane here. A little bit slower than I've seen, but still, you've got to get it through there. That's the most important part. And he comes across the line, does a 19.5. You currently P3 then. His teammate is just a few places, or a couple of places behind him. Let's see if Valen's putting a lap together now. He's just started actually, so we won't see if he's putting a lap together. Neved is on a fly. He's currently just going through the exit 7 onto that back straight DRS. And let's see if we can find someone who's about to finish. I don't think Crucifixion is coming down now. This looks like a fly lap. He's coming up to the final chicane. Let's see what time he can put in. Yeah, a decent battling last about. I think it was his first league race last week, so a good showing from him. Might not have been fast, but he finished. And if you want to get points sometimes, that's all you got to do. Improves on his time considerably. Unfortunately, he doesn't move up any positions. Let's see where Valen is. Looks like he's actually backed out already. Not going well for him. Neved then is throwing it through the last chicane. Keeping it out that wall, but only just. It's starting to look a little more overcast now. Maybe there is rain on its way. in the last minutes or so of the race, qualifying. That might mix things up a little bit. Rowe is still in the pits. He's not actually been out since that first stint, which is an interesting call to make. If you're happy and confident on your tyres, you're not going to go out again. Beef's on an out lap at the moment. He's going to trigger into sector 3. There we go. So he's about to go fly. I'm not sure what's going on with Valen. He's just limping at the moment. Is he going again or is he going in the pits? He is going again, and he needs to go again. Hatmaxton hasn't even come out the pits yet. He just needs to get out of the pits and set a time. If he sets a time, he'll go up 2 places at least, and that's always quite a good thing to do. Leclerc's coming around the hairpin at the bottom of the track. He's got a bit of traffic ahead. Going to get a bit of a tow. He didn't hold on for as long as he could. That was never just making a mistake there, but looks like he's off the hairpin. So Leclerc coming up to the final chicane now. Let's see how he handles this. He's going to throw it in. Keeping it out of the wall, well out of the wall there for Leclerc. Going down the line now. And he improves, but is invalidated, so it didn't count. It was a decent improvement as well. That would have put him P2. That is a real kick in the teeth there for Leclerc. Pace for P2, but invalidated. Now let's see how Luke does. He's coming up to the final chicane again. Send it down towards the line, keeping right. Yes, he does. And this is looking good. 9.9, P7, just a smidge improvement, but P7 then for Luke. Overspeed coming out to the final chicane himself. Beefs goes fastest. There we go. First man in the 108s. Only just, but he's there. Overspeed is not. Second time that's an outlap. My apologies. I thought that was a flyer. Raids on an outlap. So there's a lot of action now starting to appear. Rose still in the pits. And let's see. Double GI on a flyer. It looks like he is. Although that time said it was 9 seconds down, he's not going to be anywhere near his previous best. Where's Crucifixion? He is limping home. And Mr. Fist, where are you? You're limping home as well. Is anyone doing a flying lap that we can watch? You're not. Where's Waylon? He's coming down towards the hairpin. Needs to put it in time. Him and Overspeed. And that's not the line for the corner, Valen. So I can assume that was an in-lap. Overspeed then. He's going to try and set a time. He needs to get in the 110s, preferably in the 19s. The lower the better, of course. A little bit of traffic there. Mr. Fist just getting out of the way. Might have got in his eye line and put him off a bit. Overspeed then coming across towards the line. That's a 10.5. P9, so he moves up a few places, but importantly he's got a time. And I have actually been informed of the weather forecast. It's going to be raining at the start. That's why I see a lot of people out on these hypersofts. The wet start is going to make things really interesting. That's going to actually just make a mess of everyone's tactics here, or race strategies. It depends how long that rain hangs around for. Will really affect how people want to go about it. No Speed wants to go about it going that way. Each their own, I guess. So Rose finally coming out of the pits for another attempt. Hatmaxton is out. Crucifixion has retired from session. Sector 2, that might have been a crash, or he might have just said enough is enough. Let's have a look at Hatmaxton. Just started a flying up. There's yellow flags around here. Is that just people going slow? That's double GI's getting out of the way. I think Hatmaxton might be a little put off there. There's Crucifixion. That's not a retirement. That is an actual crash. Oversteered out the turn 7 straight into the wall on the right hand side. But Hatmaxton, there's more damage there on turn 9. That's obviously where someone else has retired from. All these corners can claim so many victims. Most tracks you look at certain corners and go, this is the corner where people are going to crash on. Montreal or Canada is just one of those tracks where you go, well, you can crash this corner, you can crash this corner, you can crash this corner, you can crash this corner. Every single chicane has a good chance of just oversteering off it because it's got quite a nice straight after. And you're just putting the foot down and you just spin out those rears. Obviously the most famous one is here onto the home straight. Hatmaxton is going to come across the line. And he invalidated, unfortunately. He's got a minute and a bit left of the session. So he'll be going again. And Overspeed is in the pit, so he will not be going again, that is for sure. Raid retired from the session. Let's have a look. Hob then was... So Rowe's done a time, Hob's done a time on these tyres. Rowe not improving. Beefs is about to cross the line. Is this the start? I think it was. So let's look further down. Try and find who's going to be the next one to finish a lap. Neved potentially, he's got Hamax in front of him, so let's stay on board Neved. He knows what he needs to do. Obviously, with a wet race, strategy of car setups are going to be big. That's why we're probably seeing a lot of oversteers here. Just the car setup's not suited for the dry. So Neved currently P5. Let's see if he can put it. He's not going to because he's in mode 0. I didn't notice that. He's about to start another. If he's quick, he'll get it. He's not going to because he's in the wall. Hamaxton, Beast has retired as well. He's done. Hamaxton doesn't set a time, unfortunately. Luke crosses the line. He doesn't improve. Leclerc coming up to the line now. And he goes P3. Great lap there from Leclerc. Who's next up? Is it Mr. Fist? He's at the other end. Rowe goes even fast. Well, goes fastest. P1 then for Rowe as it stands. But Hob is on a flyer. Mr. Fist is on a flyer. These are the only two guys left on track. Can one of them do it? Can one of them get that P1 out of Rowe? Mr. Fist coming out to the final quarter, throw it in as hard as he can. Leave nothing on the track now, except Jakara, obviously. P3 then for Mr. Fist, just off the back then. Well, half a second off the back. But that could be Rose. Could have gone for a very hit where they set up, and Hob has bailed out of his lap. And he will not be improving then from P5. So that's going to be the end of the qualifying as we just wait for Hob to retire and we can have a quick final check of the positions. 4 drivers not actually setting a time, obviously 3 crashing out. Hamaxton unfortunately just unable to get a lap in the time he had. So we just wait for Hob to retire and we can move on to the next one. Interesting to see yellow flags currently going on. That's Leclerc and Luke having a little bit of argy-bargy. Considering their AI, that's not really how it's done, but okay. Oh, another big clout there. AI provides some really good racing at time. Whether or not they mean to or not is a different matter. So we'll just have a quick rundown of the final positions in a moment. Cue elevator music. So there you go, Rowe taking P1 by pretty much 0.4 of a second from Beefs, then Mr. Fist, Leclerc, Hob, so second separated in top 5, but as I say, wet race means nothing now. Well, qualifying means nothing now. Neved P6, Luke 7th, Crucifixion, Overspeed, Double GI running at your top 10. And just sitting outside, you've got Valen, and I didn't see the last one. I think it might have been Raid. Then the DNFers and Maxton, who didn't set a time. So there you go. Looks like light rain. Ooh, cars are flying out all over the place by those things. Light rain, so just should be into the start. Whether or not this will clear up into a dry second half of the race, or whether or not he'll just keep going and going and going and get really heavy, we shall see soon. As everyone's now having to make any necessary changes to their cars, set the fuel levels up, make sure they've got the right tyres on as well. That's generally a good idea when it's raining. And we can get this, well, formation lap underway shortly. So as I say, the formation lap is going to be first. So nothing to really worry about at the moment. All drivers are on inters. Yeah, so it was Valen, Raid, Nick Marine Pug, Lucas, Hamaxton, and then Cal. Not 100% how to pronounce Cal's name, so he's going to be called Cal. That's the second McLaren driver. Ooh. Yeah, so interesting part about formation lap, it's a great chance for you to actually go quite quick and find where the grip is and just work out where you can afford to put your foot down coming off the corners, as hopefully Rowe will find when he's going to be the first man to actually take it at race pace, and that's going to show a lot of drivers behind how to do it and how not to do it. If he makes mistakes, Beast behind could have a chance of jumping him. Because he'll sit behind him and just go, "Ooh, look, he's just accelerated a little too soon there. I will accelerate half a second later than he did, and I'll get away with it." Mr. Fist has dropped a bit off the pace there by those things. He's coming down. There we go, moving his way back up. A little late break in there from him. I think he might be trying to heat up his tyres by braking hard, but as always, ignore people getting disqualified during formation laps. They'll just be reset to the grid. As Rowe is going to be obviously the first man to take his position on the grid. Just working his way up now. So he's going to start on the left, which is going to give him the inside for the first corner. And obviously the shortest line to the first corner is on the right because it's got the inside of the corner. But it's quite difficult to work out if you actually want pole here. You're on the racing line, it's going to give you a little bit more grip. But you are then on the inside for the first, but then the outside of the second. You can just get run out to dry out there if someone gets down your inside or your outside. It's all back to front. But we've got a race to worry about first. And we've got 5 red lights. And away they slide. And hopefully not slide too much down into this turn 1. It's a short run. And there's a car sliding off there. That is Leclerc off already. Picking up some heavy damage. Oh, looking like they're clearly through. It's a Red Bull all out of shape, and a Toro Rosso getting into a sandwich there, and that is a big sandwich, and that is a big shunt there, and that's more damage then for Crucifixion. Unfortunately, Spidey's going to drop right to the very back. Rose under pressure then from Mr. Fist. Mr. Fist going to look to make a move down the inside. Oh, he slide, holding it just off the back there of Rowe. Thought he was going to go down the inside there. He's still on the back of him. He's going to go down the inside here though, into turn 8. The last delay break as he backs off Rowe with a little bit of lag. Doesn't make it the corner. Is he going to avoid penalties? He does, but that's going to allow Mr. Fist to just waltz on through. Further back, you got the 2 Ferraris, Luke and Hobb, trying to bat it out. Some movement there as Hobb tries to dive down the inside. And that's Mr. Fist. Mr. Fist is off and into the wall. And I think Rowe collected as well. So Rowe would have picked up a bit of damage. And they have dropped right back as well, so that's going to be 2 Mercedes at the very back of the grid. And that is not how they wanted to start this race. They're going to have to work their way back up from there. Let's have a look further back. Lucas on the back of double GI. Nothing there. Beef's obviously the race leader doing this, setting the fastest lap. He's already got a decent lead. And double GI and Overspeed going at it. Oh, double GI just now breaking himself a little bit there. A little bit of contact on the rear Overspeed, not too much to worry about at this stage. And he's going to get that power down. He's going to look for a move here. I don't think so. He's just not close enough. Talk to being close enough. Rowe is trying to work his way back up to where he once was. He's on the rear of Hobb. But he's just unable to find the grip at the moment. I suspect he's got some damage. He does. Look at that front left. Absolutely shot. There's nothing left. And that is what's happened. Oh, Hobbs slid as well. Both Ferraris and Rowe sliding out that corner. Hobbs going to drop right back. And Valen, with an absolute flying start, is up into P4 as Rowe's struggling to make corners. He's got to be careful coming off that if he doesn't take someone out. Let's have a look quickly at position changes then. As you can see, Valen going up 7 places off the start. Rowe down 4. Overspeed is trying not to lose another. Him and Double GI are battling. Everyone's looking a little bit twitchy coming off the corners. Obviously so keen to get that power down. Back ends are kicking out like they're having a party. Hobb is trying to make a move. He's made it, but is he going to make it stick? He's going in the pits, so doesn't matter anyway. So times are now starting to sort themselves out. Beast has an incredible 4-second lead. We're only on lap 3. So let's find Nickelodeon Pug. That's not what I was hoping to see there. Slightly off track there. Valen is close to. Let's go up to watch Valen and Rowe battling out. Rowe looked like he got a terrible drive over the corner. Did he have a little clip of the wall? Yellow in sector 1. Double GI appears to have a spin. A big spin at that. He is very much off track. Hobbs come out the pits on cold inters, struggling to make around turn 2. Just behind Leclerc. He's under battle from Lucas. Let's have a quick look, see who's actually stopped. So everyone from Hobbs down has stopped so far, and I suspect Double J will be joining that party. As Valen and Rowe are battling out, going down towards the hairpin. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? Looks like Rowe's going to be not even the last of the late breakers. Valen just getting off the gas early, but Rowe goes very wide. Valen's going to get that power down. And he just can't get it down hard enough. And Rowe starts to pull away. Raid and Overspeed behind them are battling as well. And Lucas and Leclerc are battling right at the back at the 13th, 14th. Going to stick with Raid and Overspeed. Raid looking backing out a little bit there. I say a little bit, that looked like a big back out there from Raid. Obviously it's quite hard to follow cars even in the dry. When it comes to the wet, it's even harder at times. As the Raid shows, just not finding the grip, and Valen has had a little mistake there in turn 1 and 2. Overspeed is right on his tail. 0.4 between them. Overspeed's not going to be able to make it with his slide. He is fighting this car. He just can't get it facing the right way sometimes. His setup isn't on point, unfortunately. And he's just, yeah, he's really fighting that car as Overspeed. I think they're all fighting it in their own little ways, but Overspeed just seems to be doing so much work on that steering wheel to try and keep it facing the right direction. Hamax and Necromario Pug are coming close together. Is Hamax then going to send one down the inside? Have a look. Just too far back for now. And it's going to take just a good drive off the corner if anyone's going to make moves here. Because there's no DRS available in the wet conditions, it's going to make it a little bit harder to make any overtakes. And Necromario Pug shows us what a mistake looks like. Hamax a little bit overly ambitious on the apex, but he makes the place. But has Necromario Pug got a better drive off the corner? Is he going to make a move? I don't think so. He's in the slipstream, but just not going to do anything from back here. And he just sits back for now. Oh, having said that, Hamaxton making a big mistake at that corner. Necromario Pug picking up a penalty of his own, and Hamaxton has just lost back that place. Outbroke himself into the final chicane, and back he goes. So no surprise though, everyone is still on these inter tyres. It's still raining, but it's not raining heavily, so hopefully for these guys' sake it'll dry up and we'll get some dry racing later on in the race. We've still got the full grid that we started with of 16 drivers despite the weather, which is good news for us. We've had a lot of front wing changes, that is for sure. Leclerc is in the pits once again. Double GI has been in for a second stop. As we'll just quickly show you, there you go. Oh no, Double GI's only have one stop. So Leclerc is making his second stop. Combined with a handful of others making stops. Valen is charging still though, he wants that P4 off Rowe. Rowe had a nightmare start, down 3 places. As Leclerc has DNF'd and the safety car has been called. And that's a severe collision for crucifixion on Leclerc. That's an interesting one. It's slightly a shame that I can't see that, but it's happened. And it's forced the safety car and Mr. Fist drive through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Obviously some people are taking advantage of the safety car to just get any damage changed and get just a fresh set of rubbers on. They're not going to lose too many places, as Rowe was currently in P4 when he pitted. Will be coming out behind Overspeed. More penalties being applied there. Speeding in the pit lane for Cal. Hamax then also picked up a speeding in the pit lane penalty. So there's a damaged wheel just there, obviously from Leclerc. Whether or not Crucifixion just missed the corner and was unable to slow down in time, I don't know. I didn't see it, I can't judge. So obviously we're now falling behind the safety car. Beefs is at the back of the safety car. Now it's going to be good news for those who had damage in the opening laps. They're going to allow to join right up as Lucas is DNF behind the safety car. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's go on board with Double GI. Let's see if we can find where Lucas has crashed. Did Ericsson hit him? We'll find out in a minute. So that's interesting. That was on the home straight by looks of things. Obviously in turn 1 and 2 area. As you'll see, Crucifixion will pass him any moment. Beefs has been disqualified for ignoring a yellow flag. Race leader has been disqualified for ignoring a yellow flag. I've seen this before when you're behind the safety car, and it's not always the driver's fault, so hopefully it was the driver's fault. Hopefully for the sake of the game it was the driver's fault. Hopefully for his sake it wasn't his fault. But what's done is done. Overspeed is in the pits. Raid is in the pits again. Has it dried up? Is that... Am I seeing dry tyres here? I am. It has dried up sufficiently that people are putting dry tyres on. These are bold calls going on here then. Very bold calls at that. If these don't work, because they're going to be really cold and with a potentially slightly damp track. These are, well, everyone's now on the dry tyres, so it's probably not bold calls anymore, it's just everyone's made the same call. So hopefully we'll see the safety car dive in this lap and we can get racing. Hatmax then has retired from session. What? That might keep the safety car out for a little bit longer. Let's see where that was. There he is there. Has he just oversteered off the corner into the wall? I think he might have done. From going from no retirees to 4 very quickly there. Safety car isn't coming in this lap. We've got another lap at least of it. Obviously with more and more retirees, the safety car will stay out a little bit longer. So just a quick rundown. Obviously, as you might know, the race did start in the wet. We have had a safety car caused by Leclerc and Crucifixion having a little coming together. Somehow, I'm not entirely sure, and I don't think he's entirely sure. Beef's got disqualified. So I don't know what happened there. Don't think he knows what happens there. Hopefully we'll get some answers sometime. Mr. Fist has left the session. That's, well, I mean, you can do that under the safety car. That's not going to cost you anything really. So, and then while under the safety car, we've had retirements of Lucas and Hatmaxton. And hopefully we'll get driving once again. Beef's engineer says he went into the pits and then decided to black flag him. Interesting call there, Mr. Race Engineer, Mr. Race Control. Unless the pits was closed, but they would probably tell you in the game, I would have thought. But that's done. So now we are just waiting for them to restart. So safety car is in this lap. Crucifixion should just get close to the back of the pack. It's going to be a little bit off. Double GI will get to the back. But our race leader currently, the Ferrari of Luke, he's done an extra lap or so on the Ultra Softs than everyone else. But he's going to be the man to get this race back underway. He's effectively now your safety car. And when he puts the foot down, they will be going. Unless he gets to the line before. Luke has put that foot down. Never's gone with him. Has Valen gone with him? Valen has gone with him as well. Luke leads them. DRS has been enabled. And now it's been disabled. So we have to wait a few laps, obviously. Crucifixion and Hobbs swapping places further back. Rowe looking to go down the inside of Valen. Lovely move. He might lose out to Necromonial Pug. A little bit of contact there, wheel to wheel. So Valen, let's go on board with Necromonial Pug right behind this Basil. See what he can see. Sliding through these corners. These slightly cold tyres nearly costing Necromonial Pug there, but he's got overspeed on his rear. Is overspeed going to go down the inside? Oh, he does. I thought he was going to go into the siren there from that camera angle, but overspeed sticks into P6 for now. He's got Cal right behind him as well. Obviously, safety car does create some lovely tight racing as soon as it comes in. Let's go on board with Necromonial Pug. As he's all over the back of Valen here. He's going to look to make a move into the hairpin. Nev is currently leading, but only just. Sorry, Billy Luke's currently leading, but only just. And that was Cal going past Overspeed, but Overspeed's going to have the better drive off the corner, and they are going side by side down the back straight. No, they're not. Overspeed has taken the place. Necromonial Pug in the slipstream of Valen. Is he going to go down the inside into the final chicane? And he's just falling back a little bit there. It's all going to count now. Final. Oh, Nakamura a little bit wobbly wobbly. Luke is holding the leads. Currently, Mr. Fist has gone into bits. He does have a penalty to serve, so maybe he's serving that penalty. As they are still so tightly bound. Rose just drops off the back of Never there. That could be crucial when DRS has been enabled. He needs to stay within 1 second window there. O-Speed all out the place. Klaus going to try and go past him. Are they going to come together? A little bit of contact there. Klaus spun it. Oh, that's Klaus going to be facing the wrong way. And Klaus going to drop right back. He's going to come back on track P11. But with some front wing damage. That's not what he wanted. Necro Puck and Valen still battling out further up for P4 and 5. The windows are starting to open up as well. Rose got himself out of the DRS of Valen and can now set his sights on getting into the DRS of Nevid. And has, obviously no DRS this time around, you're going to get it on the next time at turn 6 and 7. As Necro Puck is once again just almost sitting outside the slipstream of Valen. And he's not going to make a move this time around. Still a Raiders on O-Speed. Nothing quite happening there. Nev's gone the fastest of everyone. He's right on the back there of Luke. Luke must have made a big mistake because that was over a second gap as DRS has been enabled. And Luke just clipping them all there. He's looking to have lost a little bit of time but should hold position through these corners. Luke's on my screen had inters on when I looked at him. Or was that just my screen playing games with me? I think it might just be my screen. So DRS going to be there for Nev. And Rowe behind him has got DRS as well. As Crucifixion double GI swapping places further back. Oh! Where's Luke? Where'd Luke go? Luke? Are you okay, man? He's just gone straight on and didn't stop. Okay. Back on board there with Necro Puck on Valen. Valen with no DRS. Necro with DRS. Is he going to make a move on here? Or is he going to make a move after the straight? A little bit of nudging. Now he's going to have DRS once again. But he's just not close enough now. Valen's going to hold this position for now. As Necro Puck just going to sit into P4. Valen a little bit wide there on the apex. Necro Puck just not close enough to do anything about it. As Double GI has pitted. So with this rain messing up people's strategies, it's going to be interesting what people go for. Can they one-stop it on dries, or are they going to have to do anything else? So Necro Pug is on the rear of Valen. I'm being told the race will be restarted, which is going to mess my life up. Because this race is going to be done very quickly. But we'll stick with this for now. Necro Pug on the rear of Valen. He's going to make a move here. He is. Easy as you say. And Necro Pug is through and up then into P3. Makes the corner as well. And gets a bit of DRS to help himself move away. As Neville goes fastest of everyone with a 12.6. Valen is still right there though. He's not giving up this place just yet. Apologies for a little latches there. Valen is still on the back of Necro Pug. He's going to get some DRS here. And he's going to set his sights after Necro Pug. Currently the only battle on track. As Nev's still leading. Currently 1.8 seconds clear of Rowe. Who is just under 2 seconds ahead of Necro Pug. Valen unable to close in this time round. He's got a second slice of DRS, but he's just too far off the back of him. Is he going to look to make a move? No. A little bit deep into the turn 1. As Necrophagic is going to hold on to P3 for now. Same tyres, and only one lap between them. This battle will keep going. As Valen is still trying to hold on, he's going to get another slice of the DRS action. But he's just falling right back here on Necrophagic, driving a great race. And he's nearly got outside that 1 second window. Will he do it here though? Detection point is just after the corner. It's just at this bridge there. And he's going to get it again with his Valen, but he's just not going to be close enough to do anything with it. And he's now actually dropped outside the 1 second window quite substantially. Again, he's got DRS, but he's just not going to get it within 1 second. But talking being in one side 1 second, Neved and Rowe are within 1 second of each other. Rowe setting the fastest lap of everyone. Cal picking up a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. As Rowe is trying to hunt down the back of Neved. As gaps are starting to get a bit closer here and there. Apologies, I'm trying to work out what is going on, if they are going to do another race or not after this qualification. Apparently it is open. We're going to do a 25% race, which should work for me perfectly fine. Just confirming this, hang on. Yeah, so it appears we are going to be restarting the race. Only a 25% race, so as we are pretty much halfway through this one already, so I should be back with that shortly. I'm just going to put up the stream waiting screen for now, and I should be back whenever that race starts again. There won't be any qualifying, it'll be straight into the race. And yeah, so I shall see you guys in a moment for that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to MRC Racing League. After a quite a lengthy delay, I apologise for that. Forced restart has happened after the race leader got disqualified somehow behind the safety car. So we are going to restart the race with a 25% race with the grid. I'm not entirely sure which the grid is going to be set up. Is it going to be how it was in qualifying, or is it going to be how it was at the time of the incident in the race? We'll find out shortly. If I can remember what it was before. Potentially it is going to be what it was after the qualifying. But it's only a 25% race, so hopefully we shall get through this one quickly. A lot of issues being discussed during the break as to whether or not it should be a championship race, whether or not it should actually go ahead, whether we should just cancel it and do it again next week. But we're here. We're back. I believe it's going to complete count for the championship. There is going to be no formation. We're going to get straight into the racing as soon as everyone's ready. And they are ready. And they're on grid. And the lights are on. Oh wait, they've gone. And we're underway. Very slow start there on the side for Neved. He's going to drop right back as into the lead. Beefs is holding the lead. Mr. Fist currently P2. As a bit of a laggy for Rowe. All over the place there, causing a lot of people to bunch up further back right where he is. Everyone is sliding about all over the place. Hob is currently, is inside Rowe, and Rowe's inside him. And they are all through the first few corners quite comfortably at the end of the day. As further back there is a slide, there's a dive there. That's dive on Nevid from overspeeding into that corner. So our front Beefs has dropped back from Mr. Fist, who's taken a couple of point jumps. So has, I was going to say Leclerc. Luke has dropped like a stone. Where's that? That's why he's currently not facing the right way. He's missing a lot of front wing. And Monkey Est is at the back in 15th. Didn't even realise he was in the league. So Mr. Fist is currently leading the race, followed by Beef, who is right on his head. He's going to look down the inside of the final corner. He tried. Monkey has DNF further back. So Hob and Necromopug swapping places. Necromopug gaining a good jump up there. A couple of people going into the pits then. Double Gyro Cow and Luke is going to go into the pits then. As current race leader Mr. Fist is got half second lead over Beef in P2. And they are all bunching up. Overspeed and Hob are getting close to each other. 0.4 between those two. Overspeed's just not going to be able to make a move this time around. Obviously no DRS just yet. Got to wait a couple. Or end of this lap and it's going to be enabled, but it won't be active until you get back to where we are at this precise moment in time. So Beef is still all the way back to Mr. Fist. Into, oh, he's broke very late, nearly went to the back there of Mr. Fist. Never's picking up a 3-second penalty already, only on lap 2. That's not the way to start. There are only 18 laps here. Just have a quick look. They didn't look at it earlier. Tyres, and there are pretty much one strategy to go for when it comes to the 25% lap race, and that is the softest followed by the, well, what should be called the medium, is in real life at the moment anyway. If you have to pit early, then you can get away with putting on the hardest compound and potentially going the whole way to the end. Obviously all down to driving style and setup. And Rose on the rear here of Leclerc, just not able to make anything happen of it. Neved's on the rear of Rowe as well. I'm looking to get a good drive off the corner, getting after Leclerc there. Just unable to do with it at the moment. So further back, we've got not a lot going on. Hob and Overspeed are battling out of it. So Overspeed can look down the inside. No, he's not, but he's going to get DRS, and Hob isn't going to get DRS. Overspeed picking up a 3-second penalty for a little bit of corner cutting, but Leclerc is all the way back. His teammate Beefs, and team orders I don't suspect are going to be in play. Beefs is actually outside the 1-second window of Mr. Fist, which means he's not going to get DRS to defend against his teammate, who's currently defending against Rowe. Just lagged, almost lagged past. Beefs has gone incredibly deep into the hairpin, comes back on alongside his teammate, and we could see a few overtakes here as the Renault boys go side by side down this straight towards the final 2 corners. Who's going to be in the lead come the corners? Looks like Leclerc's going to be, but his teammate is right on his tail, wanting this. He wants to get past him. Leclerc with another set of DRS. Bush going to send one down the inside. Has a little look, but thinks nothing of it for now. As Necromopug and Never go and battling. Supposedly teammates. They don't seem to be having any team orders here. Never all over the back of Necromopug. Is he going to look to make a move? No, he's not. As further back, Hob and Overspeed are still battling out as well, but we're going to keep our eyes on this inter-team battles. In front, Rose trying to make moves there on Beefs, doesn't make that move happen. Double GI setting the fast lap, obviously a bit of air and some lovely fresh rubber. Necromopug got a decent drive off the corner, he's going to go after Rowe. As the Renault boys are still battling out like their lives depend on it. That was a decent camera angle, I can't get it now again. So Leclerc is currently beating his teammate. His teammate on the hyper softs is not working out well for him, as we are starting to approach the pit window for these hyper softs. Must be another couple of laps before they make move onto the ultras. Beast with DRS, is he going to make a move here? Thinks about it. He just gets a better line through the corner than his Leclerc does. Rowe's dropping like a stone. Where's Rowe? There's Rowe. He is run round the wrong way and he's dropped right to P11. Unfortunate for him, that spin has cost them a lot. So good teammate battles going on at the moment. You've got the Renault boys and the Sauber boys 2, 3 and 4 and 5 battling it out here. Are team orders in play? I don't think so somehow. Never just gets right out the back there of Necromopug. Both going to get DRS though. So let's move back up to Leclerc. Meanwhile, out front, Mr. Fist has a 1.5 second lead. Quite comfortable out there now. He's clear of that DRS from Beefs. But Beefs is not clear of the DRS from Leclerc. It's going to come down to who gets a better drive off the corner. Leclerc gets a decent drive off. And again, never behind them has a chance to get past Pug. Let's see if Leclerc makes a move. He's looking like he's going to try and go around the outside. It's not easy to make a move here. He cuts the corner. He's going to have to get that position back. And he's come in contact with his teammate. And that is some big damage there. That is a huge crash there for Leclerc. And he has no front wing left. Little coming together with his teammate after he cut the corner. And that's pretty much going to be him limping back to the pits. As he loses out to Ospeed and trying not to nudge into the back of Ospeed there. And Hobb also getting past, so... Oh, big cloud there. Be surprised if he makes it back to the pits. Necropug on the rear of Beast. Beast with no DRS of his own now. Necropug looks like he might make this happen. Did Beast pick up any damage after that coming together? I don't think he did. Necropug, is he going to make a dive down? No, he's not. So he's going to get some DRS on this straight now. And is he going to be able to get after him? We'll find out. It looks like he will. He's closing in already before the DRS is open. A little late on the DRS, but when you're already steaming up his rear, you don't really need it. Through he goes. Beast drops back into the slipstream. Oh, sliding off the last corner. Held it lovely though. Looks like Leclerc is going to make it back to the pits and does. As he's unfortunately means he's going to drop right down. Beast still on the back here. Oh, sliding through it. He's off track a little bit. Gets it back on, and Never's not close enough to make any moves on Beast. Beast just throwing it through all these corners. Obviously a little bit annoyed with what's happened to his teammate, and I'm just unfortunate he's not able to get back up after where he once was in P2. I think these tyres might have run the course because he's getting hunted down now by Never. You can just see every time Beast puts his foot down, that back end just kicks out on him. I think he's going to lose a place here at the hairpin. He's not. Never's just not really. He is interested, but he's just letting. He knows the Beast is going to lose it, and he's going to take him with DRS. Here he goes. He streams straight past him. Getting squeezed a little bit there. Beast is going to have to be careful because he's going to be a little later if he's going straight in, and he does. Hobbs and Overspeed once again battling behind. Hobbs moves up to P5. Overspeed is right on his rear. Hobbs with DRS and starts to pull away with it. Further up, Nathan Pug is still out there on 7-lap old Hypersofts. So he will be starting to hurt on those tyres. Overspeed is starting to hurt on these tyres. Not really keeping between the white lines there. He's a little bit off. That's going to allow Lucas a little chance to close in a bit. Crucifixion picks up 5-second stop go penalty for a collision with Luke. That is huge. That's right at the back then. Not sure what has happened considering there's quite a gap between them. Crucifixion has come into the pits. Is there any damage on Luke's car? I don't think so because he's going through. So currently battle on track is Rowe and Lucas. Same age tyres. Rowe handled some issues earlier on. And is he going to be able to get after his Williams teammate? Looks like he's been closing him down. He's going to get some DRS here, I suspect. Yes, he is. He might not close in enough to make a move, but he'll close in enough that he can have a good chance. As Leclerc and Double GI swap, that's just a sheer case of Leclerc having much fresher tyres. I said he swapped, but he's gone back behind him. But now Leclerc is through. Double GI is just not going to be close enough to make anything of it this time. Necro Pug has come in then on those old Hypersofts. He's done his one pit stop and he now needs to get going on these ultras. If we just look at the gap to leader, once he gives us the time, although he's kind of battling. Well, it looks like he is. As Beef's going down the inside of Necro Pug. That was a great opportunistic move there. Slightly colder tyres on Necro Pug means Beef's just able to slide on past him down in turn 3 and 4, and he's held it for now. As you can see, the gap to the leader. And so in the Fist pits, we'll see where he comes out. He should in theory come out ahead of these guys, but if these guys can put in some decent laps on these tyres, they might get the undercut, which is what they're hunting for. As Necrophag is looking to go round the outside, he's going to try this switch back. He's going to have DRS regardless. I think this is going to be an easy move then on Beefs. He's going to make a move down the inside of turn 12, and now he's come up to the chicane. This move is done and dusted, as Leclerc has DNF'd down in sector 3. We'll stick with this battle for now. Beefs is coming back then. He's got the position. And they go side by side through the first two corners. And a car exiting the pits at the same time. That is Fist. That's the race leader, effectively. Has just come out in front of these guys. He's on Ultra Softs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he needs to make another pit stop. You can't do Ultra Soft. You have to do Ultra Soft, then Supers, Ultra Soft, then Hypers. That could be a very bad call then for Mr. Fist. We'll find out as the race develops. But Beast is going to get some DRS then from Mr. Fist to defend against Necrophag. Necrophag is just under half a second now behind. And he's going to get that power down. He's going to try and get after him here. He's going to be close enough, I reckon. But Beast will have that DRS. There it is. Just a little clip of the wall, actually. Lost him a little bit of speed. As Rowan and Lucas swap positions as overspeed pits. Currently P5 is going to lose a couple of places here. And Necrophag just not close enough to make anything of it this time. Is he looking? No, he's not. So what's happening between the two Williams boys then. Rowe and Lucas battling out. This is currently P3. These guys are on the same strategy as well, which is interesting. No split strategies for the Williams boys. So obviously with Rowe, that's Hob in the wall. That's Hob hobbling along. He's obviously oversteered out of turn 7 and is dropping right back. Bad news then for him. And that's not going to tell me if he's got any front wing damage. That will. There it is. Front left is completely destroyed as Raid has DNF'd as well. So let's have a look back up the Williams boys. And that's Lucas going very slow off the corner. Virtual safety car. That's why he's going very slow off the corner. So that's worked well for Neved. He's going to pit under the virtual safety car. I suspect we might see a double stack here from Williams, and we will. And this is really going to hurt Lucas. He should have almost stayed out and just gone, look, I'm the second driver. We are back under racing then. Mr. Fist takes the lead at the front. Or does he? Because Beefs is all over the back of him. And they are battling out. Mr. Fist just a little bit wide on the exit. Can allow Beefs to have a chance here to go down into turns 3 and 4. Mr. Fist still holding the lead then for Beefs. Obviously, Mr. Fist caught napping on the restart. Beefs is right up there. As Leclerc has left the session already DNF'd, so... Oh, Beast! Oh, he saved it. I thought that was going round and round. Neved then coming out of the pits in P4 behind his teammate and well clear of P5. Bit of a corner cut there from Beast. He's got to be careful, otherwise he's going to accumulate penalties, and that's not what you want to do when you're battling for the lead. You want to stay as penalty free as possible. Mr. Fist going very defensive into the final corner. He's going to lose a little bit of time because of it. And Beast is going to get that DRS as we go down this straight. Necrophag is just behind him, but 0.8 there, and he's not going to be close enough to make a move. But is Beast going to be close enough to make a move then on Mr. Fist? Looks like he's going to. He's going to go round the outside of the first one. Mr. Fist comes across to cover him, but he can't cover that, and he gets a penalty to go with it. As Beast goes up into P1, some great attacking driving there from him. Mr. Fist looking to make a move. He can't make a move back at Beefs. He's just got to be careful now. He's already got a 3-second penalty. He just needs to stick around, get that DRS later in the lap, and make a move back at him. As Osford goes fastest for everyone with an 11.3. Necrophag is dropped outside that 1-second window. That's going to... Oh, Mr. Fist is all over the place. Just out-broke himself in turns 6 and 7. And he's dropped well back. Necrophag is going to make a move here, is he? He's not, but he's going to be damn close. So Beefs is now outside that 1 second window, but being inside the 1 second window is Mr. Fist. And Nekaro Pug is likely going to have him on this back straight. Mr. Fist with a lock up there. Nekaro Pug, oh, he's spun as well. And he's going to lose another place as Never goes through. Mr. Fist losing 2 places in 1 corner as he drops right back then. And did he pick up any damage? I thought I saw a bit of damage flying there. I don't think I did. But Mr. Fist is driving like a man possessed to try and get himself some points. We'll try and stay up on the podium actually. He's going to get some points pretty much irregardless of what happens. But he wants to stay up on the podium as the Salvers are continuing the battle from earlier. Nekaro and Never going at it as Rowe goes fastest of them all on those hypersofts. He's setting his sights on Mr. Fist. If he can close in that gap, he might have a chance. Hobbs going fastest and Never all over the back of his teammate. Is he going to make a move down the inside? No, he's not. But he's going to get some DRS here. He just needs the drive to go with it. Nekaro gets a similar sort of drive. Never gets that DRS wide open. He's going to run out of ERS as well. He's got to be careful. He's going to look down the inside. No, he's not. No point really making a move there. Just use that as a close on the other driver. Now you're going to get some DRS on the next straight. Even if you make the pass here, you've already got that DRS. He's looking to go down the inside. And he's made the move happen. Even before he has DRS, Nevet is up to P2, but Nekaro is all over the back of him. And Nevet's now going to get DRS to attempt to hold back that position. And he can't do anything with it. He's going to switch down the inside a little bit, wheel to wheel. This could end badly, or really well if your name is Mr. Fist. As you go past them both in the same corner, Mr. Fist taking advantage of the teammates batting up into P2. Never trying to outbreak his teammate. They are going side by side. Who's going to come off worse? Who's going to come off best? They are both coming off worse. They both got off track there. Nekaro dropped back down to P4. Rose looking forward to this because he can smell the back of these 2 cars. They are leaving nothing on the track between these 2 guys. As Never's dropped well back then off the back of Mr. Fist. That gap is now 1.6. Nekaro keeping it within a second then of Neved. And he's got that DRS, but he's obviously not going to be close enough. But this is a small zone compared to what happens with the next detection point, which is just here. Nekaro doing a little bit of corner cutting to get himself after Nevid. Picking up no penalties for it. And he's going to be right on his rear of his teammate now. His teammate who's closed a little bit onto Mr. Fist. Nevid on these hypersofts. He's going to try and take these to the end. Nekaro with that DRS. He's closing in ever so slightly. Looks like he's going to make a move here. Switches to the outside of the first corner. He's made the move. And he's through. Never picking up a 3-second penalty in that corner. And his attempt to get after his teammate. This is some fantastic racing. A little bit of contact there between the Sauber boys. Nekaro still keeping on the track. Currently in P3. Further back, Hobbs just picking up a penalty. I apologise to any other drivers in this race. I can't take my eyes off this one. This one could be going to the checkered flag. Or this one could be going back to their booth after a big coming together. They've just got to be careful. No team orders in play, that is for sure. And there is Mr. Fist out of the race. So this is now for a P2. Mr. Fist just sliding off the corner. Oh, and there is more coming together. The Sauber boys have come together. This is not going to be for P2. It's now going to be... Rowe is out. Rowe collected Nekaro Pug. Overspeed's come through. He's not going to get past Never this time, but he's going to get the DRS. This is looking more and more like a destruction derby every single corner. So, Mr. Fist spinning on the exit of turn 7 allowed the 2 Saubers to move past. Then the 2 Saubers came together going into turn 8 and 9, both going into the wall and collecting Rowe as he tried to come through the corner. We're on lap 17 of 18, and well, the 2 Saubers have now got a bit of space between them, but I don't think this is over. Overspeed is once a podium. He was the winner last time out after the unfortunate incidents of people deciding they wanted to cheat. And I know Nev's got a 3-second penalty. I don't know if Overspeed's got any. And that could be huge come the end. Beefs is current race lead. He's got a 10-second lead. That's pretty much set in stone. What isn't set in stone is the last podium position. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Never? Is it going to be Overspeed? Overspeed's going to get the last DRS of this lap. Obviously, kind of doesn't want to make the move. He wants to sit behind him and make the move on the final lap, so Never can't do anything about it. But that always carries a risk of not actually being close enough, or never getting close enough to Necromore Pug to actually get some DRS of his own. So let's see what Overspeed does. He's got that DRS wide open. He's in mode 4. He's making the move then on Neved. Through he goes. No issues whatsoever. So Neved drops back down to P4. Overspeed with a little clip of the wall. Neved with a big oversteer off the wall. I'm starting to wonder if Necromore Pug has front wing damage. He's driving very slow. Overspeed is now inside the DRS. There you go. You can see he's got massive front wing damage on that front left. Pretty much all of it is missing. That's why he's struggling and dropping back. Overspeed picks up a 3-second penalty. Let's see if he can make a move. He's going to have a chance here with some DRS. I think he might make the move here. Whether or not he wants to make the move here is a different matter. Out front, Beast has pretty much got this win in the bag. Oh, big hit of the wall from Necromore Pug. Overspeed is trying to get past him. He's going to get DRS. Is he going to make the move before? Dives down the inside. Big lock up there from Overspeed. Don't know if they came together, but Overspeed comes off best for now. Overspeed, Necromore Pug going side by side. Never's just behind him. Your winner is going to be... Oh, big slide there from Overspeed. Overspeed's... He's still in, but he is... He's not going to be finishing on the podium. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if there was a little nudge from someone there. BC race winner Never's going to come through to BP2. Overspeed's DNF'd. Necromore Pug gets P2 in the end off Neved. Hob is going to get P4. And let's just see if we can see. There he is on the side. I think he might have just retired from session. Lucas is going to be P5. Cal's going to cross the line in P6. Is he going to jump up? No, he's going to be P6. Double GI does jump up. He's actually going to be P6. Cal's P7. Luke then is going to be coming across the line in P9. As we just wait for all this to finish up. Luke's run out of fuel on the final corner. What a race. It might have only been a 25% race, but man, that was a hectic race at the end. I look forward to seeing the stewards' inquiries after that. That was some action and a half, to say the least. And there you go, Renault at the top of the podium, followed by Sauber and then Ferrari. And we have a quick final look at the results. So Beef's taking home the win quite comfortably at the end of the day, even with a 3-second penalty, followed by Necromore Pug, Hob, Neved, Lucas, Double GI, Cow, Luke, Overspeed, and then Crucifixion. Rounding out your top 10, finishing just outside, you had Rowe DNFing, Mr. Fist, Raid, Leclerc, and Monkey. So, what a race that was. I'm out of breath. And, yeah. So, next week we shall be in... I'm looking up, sorry. Austria. Hopefully that one will actually go as planned. Hopefully we won't have any DNFing or unfortunate disqualifications. So, yeah, join us next week for Austria.